There are some really magical places in America, and Santa Fe is just one of them. It's also the oldest capital city in the United States. And everywhere you look, you can see the city celebrates its love for art and preservation. All you have to do is walk down the streets and look around. You see it in the culture, the buildings, and the doors.
Scott and Melissa Coleman, owners of La Puerta Originals, grew their custom-made door business out of their love for architecture, art, history, and travel.
What does La Puerta mean?
It means the door in Spanish.
Appropriately named business.
And originals means one of a kind.
Why doors?
It's a transition. It's a metaphor for life. You're coming, you're going through. You're transitioning from the outer world into your own sanctuary. And Santa Fe is a great inspiration for allowing us to do our art, to make these beautiful handcrafted doors.
Scott is wonderful to work with. He's extremely creative. He sees the materials in his own way. And while we're talking about the idea, Scott is sketching and the product is gorgeous.
To create such a gorgeous product, you need to start with historic wood.
This is quite the inventory that you have. How many acres is this?
There's about 6 acres here.
Wow, a lot of doors.
A lot of doors. We have several thousand doors from 14 different countries around the world.
Scott brings the doors home and repurposes them. Some of his pieces are at least 400 years old.
So how do you get that to look like an actual door?
We would widen the door and heighten the door so that it's the right height, and we frame it, and it would operate like a door, but it would be a hanging piece of artwork. You can carry it.
I get a discount?
The price for a door at La Puerta Originals can start at $2,500 and can go as high as $20,000.
Here's an example of a gate. The original part of the gate is an antique door. In this case, this is a Spanish colonial door from Mexico. And we've wrapped it with Douglas fir. We use mortise and tenon construction.
And what is that?
It's where this horizontal pieces of wood is literally incorporated into the vertical piece of wood, so it can't come apart.
No nails.
No nails. A lot of times our clients will find a piece of carving and they'll want to replicate it and use it in several different places. So we have master craftsmen here that can duplicate it and enlarge it or make it smaller. Kenny's carving a panel for a door that we're working on.
What kind of wood is this?
This is Doug fir. This is part of our reclaimed wood, reclaimed barns and stuff.
Whenever something is handmade and has the attention to detail, for example, the work that Kenny's doing right now, it has a special kind of a quality to it that is rarer and rarer.
I believe we're a dying breed of craftsmen that are able to get any piece of wood and create something beautiful out of it.
Okay, so the old wood and the new wood are integrated. Then La Puerta uses a combination of painting and staining on the newer wood to age it so it matches the older wood.
When we're done, you won't be able to distinguish the added wood from the original door.
Finally, the finishing metal touches are added, but even that process presents its own unique challenges.
We're bringing together hardware and metal that goes on the door from a variety of different sources. Some of it might be manufactured, some of it might be reclaimed. In that case, all of the metal will have a different patina on it. We use special method to torch the metal so that all of the metal on the door will match. Every door is like a history book, and as it gets older, it gets prettier, it gets wiser, and it gets more meaningful.
You know, I never really thought of it that way, but he's right. Our everyday objects can teach us things if we're willing to listen. For example, I can't stop thinking about that 50,000-year-old wood at Allegory Goods. Can you imagine the history you hold when you write with that pen? Then there's the love and knowledge of the Old West that Michael Wayne Brooks puts into each one of his boots, with every carefully positioned stitch. And those 6 acres of old doors at La Puerta Originals. They turn something as seemingly mundane as an entryway into a time machine. These makers' objects may seem ordinary, but the story behind the pieces makes them anything but.